to another episode of Sci-Connect. I am Teacher Giselle, your science teacher for today. Are you now ready to learn? Let's start! This grade 10 video lesson is about the coordinated functions of the nervous, endocrine, and reproductive systems. Science 10, Quarter 3, Week 1. The most essential learning competency for this lesson is to explain the role of hormones involved in the female and male reproductive systems. What are the objectives for this lesson? First, explain the roles of hormones in regulating metabolism, growth, and the other body process. Second, identify the effects of hormones in the body. And last, describe the hormonal regulation of the male and female reproductive system. The key question for this lesson is number 1. How do hormones work to regulate various mechanisms inside the human body? Let us start the lesson with our pre-assessment. You can write your answers in your notebook or a clean sheet of paper. Directions: identify what is asked or described in each item. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. What do you call the chemicals made by the endocrine glands that regulate nearly all the activities in your body? A. Amino acids, B. Blood, C. Hormone, or D. Sweat? Number 2. Which organ does not belong to the human endocrine system? A. Adrenal gland, B. Liver, C. Pancreas, D. Thyroid gland. Number 3. The growth of the Adam's apple and hair in the armpit is caused by the secretion of which gland? A. Ovaries, B. Parathyroid, C. Testis, D. Thyroid. Number 4. What hormone is released by the adrenal gland? A. Adrenaline, B. Androgen, C. Insulin, D. Glucagon. 5. Which condition is caused by the lack of insulin? A. Diabetes, B. Gigantism, C. Goiter, D. Tumor. Did you find the quiz difficult? Do not worry, you will learn more along the way, so let us get going. I bet you're now ready for our new lesson. But before we start, let's have a recap about the endocrine system. Have you ever experienced being chased by a dog or any other animal? Or maybe heard somebody saying, "Fire, fire"? What was your reaction? Why did you react that way? Well, in this lesson, you will learn why your reactions in times of emergencies are different from your normal reaction. The second system that allows different parts of the body to keep in touch is called the endocrine system. The endocrine system is made of small glands that make up special chemicals for carrying messages through the body. The glands are found throughout the body. The chemicals made by the endocrine glands are called hormones. What are hormones? Hormones are special chemical substances. The word hormone comes from the Greek word that means to excite. A hormone excites or turns on a body activity. Hormones do their job by regulation. When something is regulated by hormones, it is kept in balance, in a constant state or homeostasis. Hormones regulate nearly all the activities in your body and keep many of the body's activities at homeostasis by regulation. There are several processes in the body that are coordinated by hormones which regulate and balance the working of organs, tissues, and cells. The endocrine system influences how your heart beats, how your bones and tissues develop, and even your capacity to have a baby. It plays an essential role in the occurrence of disorders such as diabetes, thyroid disease, growth disorders, and/or sexual dysfunction. Remember, a hormone is a chemical substance made by a gland secreted directly into the bloodstream that acts as chemical messenger that excites a body activity and that controls by regulation. The major endocrine glands found in both male and female are as follows: pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, thymus, adrenal gland, and the pancreas, while testis is only found in male and ovary is only found in female. The thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located at the bottom of the neck and secretes a thyroid hormone. The thyroid hormone regulates metabolism or the release of energy to the body. If too much thyroid hormone is secreted, a person may lose weight because food is burned up too quickly. Thus, the child may be hyperactive or mentally retarded. On the other hand, if too little thyroid hormone is secreted, the child will develop into midget who is overweight. Too little thyroid hormone results in low metabolism, which slows down the growth and development of the tissues. Parathyroid gland. The parathyroid glands are located in the thyroid glands, two on each side. The parathyroid glands secretes a parathyroid hormone and calcitonin. The parathyroid hormone regulates the body's use of calcium. Normal use of calcium is important for growth of bones and the construction of muscles. The thymus. The thymus is located in front of the heart that secretes thymosin. Thymosin is a hormone that enables the body to produce antibodies. The adrenal gland. The adrenal glands are located on top of each kidney. The adrenal glands secretes adrenaline, which is called the emergency hormone because you secrete it when you are nervous, angry, or frightened. Adrenaline causes the heart to beat faster, blood pressure to go up, and extra sugar to be burned for energy. The pancreas. The pancreas lies just below the stomach. The pancreas makes both digestive chemicals and hormones. The pancreas makes the hormone insulin and glucagon. Insulin controls the ability of the cell to allow sugar to pass through its cell membrane. If too little insulin is secreted, the person suffers from diabetes. With diabetes, the cells do not get enough sugar and extra sugar is not stored in the liver. Valuable sugar is secreted in the urine. The secretion of insulin is an excellent example of how hormones control by regulation to maintain homeostasis. Next part is the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is a pea-sized organ tucked away at the base of the brain. The pituitary gland secretes several hormones, many of which regulate the activities of other glands. For this reason, the pituitary gland is called the master gland. The pituitary gland stimulates the thyroid, adrenal, and the sex glands to regulate their activities. It also secretes skin color hormone that regulates skin color and a growth hormone that regulates growth. The pineal gland. The pineal gland is located deep in the brain in an area called the epithalamus, where the two halves of the brain join. The pineal gland secretes melatonin, a hormone that plays a role in body's internal clock. The sex glands. The sex glands are the ovaries in female and the testes in male. The ovaries secretes female sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone, and the testes secretes male sex hormones, androgen and testosterone. Female sex hormones, estrogen or progesterone, cause girls at puberty to develop female sex characteristics. Female sex hormones cause the breast to enlarge, the hips to broaden, and the hair to grow on the body. Male sex hormones, androgen and testosterone, cause a boy at puberty to develop male sex characteristics. Male sex hormones cause the voice to deepen, the shoulders to broaden, and the hair to grow on the face and the body. The male and female reproductive system. Let's start with the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system has the following functions. Number 1, to produce, maintain, and transport and nourish sperm and protective fluid. Number 2, to discharge sperm within the female reproductive tract. Number 3, to produce and secrete male sex hormones. Let's have a closer look of the male reproductive system, its parts and function. Let's start with the first part, the testes. Testes are oval organs about the size of very large olives that lie in the scrotum that produces the sperm cells. The testes are responsible for making testosterone, the primary male sex hormone, and for producing sperm. The scrotum. The scrotum is the sac of skin that holds the testes. Penis. Penis is a male organ that deposits sperms into the vagina during mating. The vas deferens. Vas deferens is a tube that carries sperm from the testes to the urethra. Urethra is a tube that carries sperm and urine out of the body. Seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle secretes a fluid that makes up most of the components of the sperm. Prostate gland. Prostate gland secretes a slightly alkaline milky fluid that is discharged as part of the semen. Bulbourethral gland. Bulbourethral gland secretes a thick and clear mucus that lubricates and neutralizes any trace of acidic urine in the urethra. Now let's have the female reproductive system, its parts and functions. The female reproductive system has the following functions. Number 1, produces female sex cells. Number 2, receives the sperm cells from the male. Number 3, nurtures the development of and provides nourishment for the new individual. The ovary. The ovary produces eggs and hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Oviduct. Oviduct is a tube that serves as passageway of eggs from the ovary to the uterus. It is also the site of egg fertilization. Next part is the uterus. Uterus is a pear-like organ that serves as site of egg implantation. It is where the fertilized egg develops. Vagina is the female organ that receives the penis of male during mating. The role of hormones in male and female reproductive system. Hormones play an important role both in male and female reproductive systems. The pituitary gland controls the functions of both the testes and the ovaries. These hormones keep the reproductive system properly functioning. The male reproductive system also has prostate glands. Chemicals from these glands nourish the sperm cells and help them mature. The production of the sperm cells and the release of semen can be regulated by hormones or special chemicals that come from the testes, the brain, and the pituitary gland. These hormones keep the reproductive system properly functioning. The female reproductive system, just like the male reproductive system, is also regulated by hormones. The follicles produce hormones that control the growth and release of eggs from the ovaries, while other hormones prepare the uterus so a baby can grow in it. Other hormones still control the stretching of the uterus during pregnancy. Now let's have the first activity. You can get your notebook or any clean sheet of paper and write your answers. You will be given 5 minutes to answer this activity. You can pause this video for you to answer the activity. Direction: identify which gland in the endocrine system is involved in each dysfunction and explain the effect of the hormonal imbalance observed. We are now done with our first activity. Let's move on with our next activity. Activity number 2. Study each picture that depicts the involvement of a particular gland in the endocrine system. Write down the name of the endocrine gland and explain its effect according to its function. Picture number 1. Pregnant woman. Picture number 2. A kid growing taller. And picture number 3. A boy running away from danger. You will be given 10 minutes to answer this activity. We are now down at our reflection part. You can get your notebook or any clean sheet of paper and write your learnings about this lesson. You can also ask your teacher about something that you would like to know regarding this topic. You can start by writing, "I have learned that," or you can write, "I wish to ask my teacher about." We are now at the last part of our lesson, the assessment. Directions: identify what is asked or described in each item. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. The growth of Adam's apple and hair in the armpit is caused by the secretion of which gland? A. Ovaries. B. Parathyroid. C. Testis. D. Thyroid. Number 2. What hormone is released by the adrenal gland? A. Adrenaline. B. Androgen. C. Insulin. D. Glucagon. Number 3. What do you call the chemicals made by the endocrine glands that regulate nearly all the activities in your body? A. Amino acids. B. Blood. C. Hormone. D. Sweat. Number 4. Which organ does not belong to the human endocrine system? A. Adrenal gland. B. Liver. C. Pancreas. D. Thyroid gland. Number 5. Which condition is caused by lack of insulin? A. Diabetes. B. Gigantism. C. Goiter. D. Tumor. Well done on your new learnings! I hope you have appreciated more the topic about the endocrine glands and their hormones. Congratulations, learners, for finishing the video lesson. I hope you enjoyed learning with me today. Remember, learning is fun with Sci-Connect.